Problem 3. Right. So this power series, these functions are related to geometric series. So let's see how they are related. Fx is 4 over 2x plus 3. So what is a geometric series? Geometric series, it's a times r to the power of n. R is from 0 to infinity. Okay, so it is a times r to the power of 0 plus a times r to the power of 1, extra. All right. It is a over 1 minus r. Okay, this whole summation, it is a over 1 minus r if the absolute value of this r is smaller than 1. Okay, so we can see this looks like this. So somehow can we change this to this so that we can change the function to a power series? This is our goal. Right. So first, I want here to be 1, right? Here to be 1. So I want to divide by 2 on both sides. Okay, divide by 2 or 3. I want here to be 1. I want this constant to be 1. So I have to divide by 3 on both sides. Divide by 3 on both sides. Then I want, so now this is my 1. This is my a. I want my r. Right. The only thing I want is this part. I want it to be minus something. So it's 4 over 3 over 1 minus negative 2 over 3x. Okay, then you can see this is same as this. So it is a power series if these are. So now which part is r? This part is r. This part is your a. Right, this is your a. It is okay. It is the summation for n from 0 to infinity, a times r to the power of n, right? If r absolute value is smaller than 1. So it is summation from 0 to infinity, a times r to the power of n if this r it's smaller than 1. Okay, so we can simplify this. This part is n from 0 to infinity. Right. First we have a negative part, so it's negative 1 to the power of n. Then I have this part to the power of n, so we have 2 to the power of 2 over 3. This is this part. Okay, times this part. Right, 2 to the power of n over 3 to the power of n times this part, x to the power of n. Okay, so here if x is smaller than 3 over 2. Okay, so we further simplify it. It is negative 1 to the power of n times 2 to the power of n plus 2 over 3 to the power of n plus 1 times x to the power of n if x is smaller than 3 over 2. Okay, then it asks you what is the interval of convergence. Okay, interval of convergence, we know radius, center is 0. The radius of convergence is 3 over 2. The convergence interval, it is a minus r, right? It is a minus r to a plus r. So now why these two brackets are open interval? Because for a geometric series, it has to be strictly smaller than. Okay, so we know these two brackets are open interval. So it is from negative 3 to 2, 3 over 2 to positive 3 over 2. Okay. Right, next part. Part B. Part B, fx is x squared over x to the power of 4 plus 16. Okay, again, we want our power series is this equals a over 1 minus r. Right, so on the top, I want it to be a constant. Right, here I have x squared, so I can just put x squared in front. Okay. Okay, or I don't even need to do that. Then this top is my a, right? The only thing I need to change is I want here to be my 1, so I just divide by 16 on both sides. Okay, and I want 1 minus something, so I want 1 minus something. Okay, now I have my a equals, so this is my a, right? This is my a. This is my r. Now it equals a summation n from 0 to infinity a times r to the power of n if, right, if the absolute value of r is smaller than 1. If the absolute value of this is smaller than 1. Okay. So we can simplify both sides. So here it is x to the power of 2 times. Okay, first we deal with the symbol -1 to the power of n. Then here it's x to the power of 2 times x to the power of 4n, right, over 16 times 16 to the power of n. If here absolute value of x4 is smaller than 16. Okay. Then this part is -1 to the power of n, x to the power of 4n plus 2 over 16 to the power of n plus 1. If, right, so here you solve it if absolute value of r is smaller than 2. So, right, so the center is 0, the radius is 2, the convergence interval is -2 to 2. Right. Let's see part C. Part C, your fx is x minus 1 over x plus 2. Okay. So again, you want this to be 1, so you divide by half on both sides. So it's 1 plus x over 2. Right. And you want this to be 1 minus something, so it's 1 minus negative x over 2. Right. And it should be a over 1 minus r if r is smaller than 1, right? So this is your a, this is your a, this is your r. Okay, it's the summation n from 0 to infinity a times r to the power of n, right? R to the power of n if the absolute value of r is smaller than 1. Okay, so we can simplify this. Okay, we can simplify this. So it's x minus 1 times x to the power of n. Here is 2 times 2 to the power of n if the absolute value of x is smaller than 2. Right. So it is n from 0 to infinity -1 to the power of n times x to the power of n plus 1 minus x to the power of n over 2 to the power of n plus 1 if x is smaller than 2. Okay, so r is 2, right? Center A is 0 and the radius, the convergence interval is -2 to 2. Okay.